Hey, it's David with Pancakes Griddle. We do pancakes a lot here because we have a lot of kids around, and the Blackstone Griddle we have is just perfect for it. We can make at least 15 pancakes at a time. We're going to show you kind of behind the scenes some of the little bit of prep work we do to get the pancakes ready, and to show you our secret recipe, which we've shown before, but this is a current one. We use our KitchenAid mixer for this because it mixes all of this mix easily. Anyway, we really like this mixer. The bowl pops in place like that. This is the Cafe du Monde beignet mix, which we've shown before, and we add that to a Aunt Jemima complete pancake mix, and it comes out like a pastry, something more light and fluffy, and it's just pretty amazing pancakes. The kids love it, and they start asking me midweek, can we have pancakes this weekend? Can we have pancakes this weekend? So we do it, and we have fun when we do it as well. So we're gonna start with the beignet mix. So we're gonna put the whole box. The ratio is 1 box to 1 box. It seems to work out when we're making this many pancakes. I don't know, we make 30 pancakes, 30 plus pancakes. So, and we add 1 complete box of the Aunt Jemima pancake mix. We just pour it right in. With a mixer like this, you can just load it up and then add water as needed to get the consistency right. Done. Usually we'll keep in the pantry like 3 boxes of each at any one point in time. So when the weekend comes around, we have more than enough to make what we need. The cool thing about this mixer is that you can load it up, kind of have it ready to go, and then you raise it up to engage it and mix it fully. But I'm gonna start with it down low, just mixing the dry mix right now. And it's gonna take probably 2 of these of water to get the consistency right. And you gotta add it fast enough, otherwise it clumps up and flops around in there and makes a mess. So I'm gonna add all of this. I'm gonna get a little more water. If you'll notice, we have a touch faucet. That's pretty handy. Makes it easy when you're trying not to dirty your hands or dirty anything else. And we're gonna raise it up before we add the rest of the water. And we're gonna add just a little bit more. You see it's already way too dry. So we're gonna add some more water here. It needs to be a little soupy, almost like peanut butter. That's what we found kind of produces the best pancakes. And I kind of know, I add 2 of these to every mix, almost. But this KitchenAid mixer, this is the Architect's Griddle, and we appreciate good design. And one of the designs we like is a nice kitchen, which we have, nice griddle, nice outside area, but we also have a nice mixer. And these, you know, of course, are modeled on the classic mixers from long ago, the 50s and 60s. This machine is very nice. It has a very heavy base. It's just very nice to work with. If you look on this side, you can see all the settings all the way up to 10, which we're not gonna do. We're just gonna keep it on stir. Look at the mix. You can see it's a little thick. I'm gonna add just a few more cups of water. I don't even count it. I just kind of do it by eye. When it looks a little, there you go. That looks pretty good. That consistency, and it's gonna thicken up. But getting back to the mixer, this is a 6-quart, 590 watt KitchenAid. I'm not selling it, I just like it. It's very practical. There's all kinds of attachments that came with it, and it's just a nice machine. It looks good on the counter. I know a lot of people buy this for style. It's not why we have it. We have it because we use it. But we're gonna add just a dash more water, and I think we have the consistency just right. This mixer is kind of interesting. There's only one way to kind of get this bowl on and off, and I'll show you when it's done mixing. Okay guys, it's about mixed. I let it run 3 or 4 minutes. It's well mixed. The machine's done all the work. My arm is now ready to flip pancakes instead of stir batter. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it off, and we're gonna lower it. But this is what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you how it comes off. I like to lower it, and I like to take off the attachment. Let that extra batter fall. Throw this guy in the sink. One rule is don't leave the batter on the attachment. Make sure you rinse it off. Otherwise it hardens like concrete and you need a machine to get it off of the attachment. But let's see. This is how you take this bowl out. You take it and you pop it up and it pops right out. If you look in here, let me show you in the mixer. Right here there's this pressure spring, and it keeps the bowl tight so the bowl doesn't rattle when it's being when the mixer's on. You got to pop the bowl against it to lock it in, and you pop it out to take it out. It's kind of a one-way deal, only works a certain way. Done with the mixer. Great machine, beautiful machine. We're thankful to have it. But if you want to follow me, we'll walk outside right now and we'll get this on the griddle. I think we have a storm cloud coming. Hopefully we don't get too much rain. We're kind of down here on the coast in South Louisiana, and we get rain all the time. It comes right in off the water. Today the weather is really nice. It's a fall day, and the temperature's kind of comfortable. Oh man, and I forgot my one other tool I need to make these pancakes. I'll be right back. And this is the other tool you need. It's the perfect size and it pours my pancakes just right. It's just a silly plastic ladle. The other thing I want to do is let the batter just sit and let the mix kind of rise and thicken just a little bit before I put it on the griddle. In the meantime, I always see people posting about how to prep their griddle, how to clean it. I'm going to show you right now my method for getting it ready to do pancakes or anything like that. It's good and hot. It's been a few days since we've cooked, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it exactly like they do in the hibachi place, except I don't use a rag. I use paper towels. I can just throw it right out, and it's clean every time I use it. Okay. Woo, that griddle looks good. It's good and hot, I'll tell you that much. Got the older oil off of it. Now we're going to squirt some fresh oil, not the plastic cap. And then we're just going to spread the oil. I know a lot of people do it with their spatula. I kind of try to avoid touching the surface with the metal if I can. I like to use the paper towels and my scraper to spread the oil in a nice even coat. I think you can do it almost any way you want. The trick is that you do it in a way that works, in that you can be consistent with it. So every time you cook, you know you have a consistent surface to cook on. Instead of it being a surprise when you're cooking, you have black flakes coming up, or the grill's not evenly oiled. You want it to be evenly oiled. You want it to be ready to cook every time in the same fashion. That's one of the variables you can control. The variable you can't control is the food you're cooking, so it's easier to deal with that than to deal with the griddle. So find a method that's consistent, that you do every time. I find that works for me very well. This oil's now hot. It's on the griddle surface, and we're going to drop some pancakes. Here we go. And this thing's heavy. But it works. We're going to see how many we can fit this time too. The batter goes on and spreads out nicely. It's not too thick. It's not clumpy. It's not too thin. It's not runny. But it spreads out nicely. I'm not a perfectionist. I don't have to have a perfectly shaped pancake. What I do want is a perfectly cooked pancake. They just taste better. Let's see how many we got on here now. So one more I think I can fit. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 pancakes. I think I've done 15 large pancakes. We have 23 small pancakes all cooking at one time. All these kids are so hungry. They're all going to have instant pancakes in about 4 minutes. Each side takes maybe 2 minutes on a hot griddle. It doesn't take long at all. And when you stack them, I've said this before, when you stack them in the bowl, they kind of self-cook with all the heat buildup between layering them. This is real basic pancake stuff. You can see, when you see these bubbles come through the batter, you know it's pretty well cooked on the other side. The next thing you look for is along the edge. You'll see the edge start to cook more. So it cooks through the center, it spreads out through the whole pancake, and then the edge becomes cooked. You see these? This is the hotter side of the griddle, and I put these down first. So these are more cooked. You see how the edge looks different than this softer edge? Let's flip it and see how perfect it is. That's a pretty pancake. That's what we want. All right. Oh, these two touched. I got a full griddle. Oh man, okay, we got to flip these guys. Let's go. Here we go. Like I said, we're not looking for perfection, but we want it cooked. And what's the number one rule at the Architect's Griddle? I say it every time, and you know what? It holds true every time. Is there's no mistakes unless you burn it. Right now, we got one that's close to burnt. We don't want that. Let me get rolling with this. I'm sitting here running my mouth. I should be flipping pancakes. I got a dirty spatula. I'm embarrassed about it, but I'm still flipping with it. It's all right. This is the cooler side, so they're cooking a little bit slower. Let's see. You know, for you beginners out there, one of the things you need to know is that keeping things clean and neat and tidy is important. And it kind of goes back to the consistency thing. It lets you cook with consistency. So not only is your griddle surface consistent, but also your spatula is consistently clean. It's not sticking to the food. So you just take the extra little steps just to wipe off the spatula in between, and then your griddle is consistent, your spatula is consistent, the food cooks consistently. You can kind of come to rely on what you're doing. These are ready to come off. I'm going to grab them real quick. Right here. This is the part where we speed up the video. Right now I'm moving at light speed. Go. Woo, these are going to be good. Man. We try to use some 100% pure maple syrup. Now we don't waste that on the kids though. We let them use the Aunt Jemima. But us adults who have a little more refined palate, we try to get us the good maple syrup. The other thing we do is try to use the local products because they're just better sometimes. And that includes the Cafe Du Monde beignet mix. You can't beat it. What I'm going to do is oil this griddle one more time. This isn't much different than the guys at Waffle House or girls at Waffle House when they're cooking, which we go there some mornings on the way to school. We want to catch something real quick to eat. Sometimes we're the first people in there, and their griddle is this beautiful stainless steel griddle from what I can see on a nice stand, and it has a commercial grade gas line to it. And I'm look at these things. I'm an architect. I like to look at detail on how it's put together. And they have this big drip tray that you can access from the front. And they also have this vat of liquid butter. I can only assume that's what that is. And they put a scoop on the griddle and then they throw the food on it. Kind of interesting if you pay close attention to how they actually do it. I'm looking because I use a griddle just like they do. Mine's just not commercial grade, but it's pretty damn good anyway. All right, you go. Now, to put it in perspective, we just cooked how many pancakes? 20 something in a matter of minutes, and we're about to do another set. If you got a lot of mouths to feed, this is how you want to do it, in my opinion. Just makes it easier, easy to clean up. You don't heat up the whole house. And I'm not sure I ever remember doing this, but we just used the entire bucket of batter. And on the griddle twice, we've used the entire thing of batter. That's pretty amazing. So we probably have 50 pancakes that are going to come off here in just a minute. Pretty good. It's weird. The dark cloud has just darkened the whole outside. The kids are in the water. There's no lightning or thunder. I don't hear anything. So that's good. But it is October 20th, and we're outside in shorts, short sleeve shirts. The kids are still in the water. Only in South Louisiana can you do that. And to be honest with you, it's a little humid out here too. I did turn on my fan today. The other day when we announced the winner of the giveaway, I didn't even have it on. It was so cool. A cool front had just passed. But right now, it's a little humid. We can see the bubbles coming through. The edges starting to show. Let's flip them. That first pass on the griddle is always not quite as good as the second pass. It's good, it works. But that first pass sometimes doesn't come out quite as good as this grill being cooked on one time. Woo, it's crowded over here. There's some congestion on this griddle. Kind of like a Tetris game. Which one do you flip first so you can flip the next? Let me make a little room. Whew, guys. Just a few minutes. All the batter's used. We've only dirtied a few dishes. We've dirtied the griddle, but that'll come clean like that. My camera lady just took a bite. I don't know, is it good? Okay, awesome. If you're gonna take a bite, I'm gonna take a bite. And it's hot. It's very hot. When you can eat a pancake straight with no butter and no syrup, man, that's what you want to do. Come see. Here's a piece. You just stole a bite of that pancake. It's good. So good. Mm-hmm.
Am I going to be?
Yeah, here you go. Take one. No, use your hand. There you go. Very good. Here's another piece, guys. We're about to get it on the plate. When a piece is hot, y'all just hungry. Here you go, another piece. It's hot. Pretty good. Look, like I said, no butter, no syrup. Good. We put the beignet mix with the pancake mix. Oh, I gotta pull these off. What are we doing? It's coming off. Look, 3 at a time. You know they cook. Let's see, I don't think they're burnt. They're fine. Oh, man. Smelling good. Woo, a little brown. It's okay. It's hot. It's hot. And just pile them up. Bam. So good. 2 pancakes at a time. If you're not a professional, I recommend doing it the way I'm doing it, because I'm not a professional. You just grab 2. It doesn't matter. Just grab them. Throw them out.
Only do 1 if you all put it.
1. And we're going to top it off with our final masterpiece of a pancake. Perfectly cooked both sides. Yo, and it's hot. Anyway, the steam, these pancakes still cooking on the inside. We've yet to have a pancake undercooked on the inside because I stack them like this and they cook through and through. This bowl gets really hot, but they come out so good.
That's a small pancake.
Guys, right here, we have a griddle top to clean. I'm going to show you how I clean it real quick too in this video. Why not? Take my scraper. I'm going to get all the loose stuff off the griddle. There we go. Loose stuff off. Got to get it off any sidewalls. Got a little wild crowd in the griddle. All right. You see this loose stuff right here? Because I don't like to dump my drip tray any more than I have to. I'm going to go ahead and just leave that right there. I'm going to grab paper towels and I'm going to grab this off the griddle like that. Don't burn yourself. I never touch a griddle with my fingers. I always have something between me and it. This little bit I'm not going to fight. I'm going to do this in the drip tray. Goodbye. Okay, now we're going to hit it again just like we did before. This is the process. We start the same, we end the same. Hit it with some water. That'll pull up any excess fat, any other debris on it. Take your napkins, paper towels, pick up that water with the grease in it. And debris. Yep. So we go from a dirty griddle to a clean griddle in a matter of moments. And we can get this edge real quick. There we go. Throw that paper towel away. We just go through a few paper towels. It's not that many. The better you get at this, the less paper towels you use. It just takes a few. Takes a few to clean it the first time. Takes a few to clean it the second time. And you're done. Now we're going to oil it and use one more paper towel. Just enough oil, not too much. I know that it's a squirt this way and just a turn back is the right amount of oil. What I think some new griddle owners do is they oil this griddle too much. And you want enough coat to keep it from rusting and to protect it, but you don't want so much that it's sticky. So you're going to see, you can tell. If it is sticky with too much oil, just pass another fresh paper towel over the top. It'll take off the excess. And for those trying to season their griddles, always the question, well, how do I season it? What's the best oil? Well, the best thing you can do is cook. Just cook. It's not about seasoning the griddle, it's about cooking. And if you cook bacon, that's a great way to do it. If you cook hamburgers, it's another way to do it. But I use canola, but you can use almost any oil. Olive oil, not olive oil, it has a low smoke point. But canola oil, vegetable oil, lard, bacon, whale oil, whale blubber, walrus tusk, fat. You can use anything you want. The point is you gotta cook on your griddle. You cook on it, it gets well seasoned. It's kind of like a black iron pot, same concept. You're good to go. So all those on Facebook wondering how to do it, that's how you do it. Just cook. They'll post it, there'll be 150 replies. And there'll be 2 or 3 replies that say, just cook. The one that says just cook is right. That is right. That's how you do it. I'm off my griddle soapbox, and I'm just joking around. Really, all you got to do is cook on it. It'll be all right. This is David with Architect's Griddle in a rain cloud October morning. Kids still swimming. That's kind of crazy. And we just made 50 pancakes, 50 plus pancakes. We're good to go. You guys, happy griddling. Thanks for watching.